How does South Korea's inverted pyramid workforce distribution serve as a warning for the rest of the world? It shows what happens when you neglect the economic conditions of the people that make up the vast majority of your labor force. You get an aging population. In South Korea's case, a workforce dominated by workers aged 60 and older. An age group that has surpassed all other age groups in terms of workforce demographics. These workers aged 60 or older are estimated to continue working well into their 80s, according to a report by the Chosun Daily newspaper back in the 1980s. When the country had a fertility rate of 1.7 for children per woman, the workforce was dominated by younger workers. This made for a standard pyramid structure for workforce demographics. As birth rates plummeted in the 2000s, the workforce began to resemble a diamond shape. This was due to workers in their 30s and 40s surpassing younger and older workers in demographics. Now, with a fertility rate of 0.7 children per woman as of 2023, we have arrived at an inverted pyramid. Older people in their 60s now dominate the workforce. What has led the country to this current crisis? And what can other countries do to prevent themselves from suffering the same fate? Why are older people staying at work instead of retiring? Two reasons are the slow growth of pension amounts and the rising issue of elderly poverty, according to a researcher at the Korea Development Institute. There are a multitude of other factors. People aren't having kids because the cost of having kids these days is just too much. That means fewer and fewer young people are entering the South Korean workforce. People also aren't having kids because housing costs are too ridiculous for younger couples to afford. So financial insecurity is clearly a big issue for younger and older South Koreans. Elsewhere in the world, it's not much different. How much longer do we as a society have to wait to address this issue? One such solution would involve a generous guaranteed income for everyone. This would ensure that the elderly can retire properly. This would ensure that young people don't have to worry about bankrupting themselves if they want to start families. Of course, such a solution can go horribly wrong if not done properly. But there are clear ways of how to do it right. How? Well, the answer, in a literal sense, is right beneath your feet.